Welcome back to Conan. We are in the clutches of the Picts. We need to get the unconscious princess out of here. Of course, the snake is blocking our path. So that's bad news. Conan blasted the wall down here last episode, threw his axe at the snake. The snake still has 1 hit point left, though. So let's go over to the heroes. It is time for them to take their turn, basically, which means they're going to be choosing their stances. And I think I've been doing this out of order as well, because this is supposed to move at the beginning of the Overlord player's turn, but I'm doing it right now, because it's now basically turn 7. So what's going to happen is the hero's going to go, Overlord's going to go, and then we're going to have a turn 8, hero's going to go, and the Overlord will go, but if the Overlord goes during turn 8, the heroes are going to lose anyway. So just to let you know, I've been doing this a little bit out of sequence as well. I don't see the point of moving the turn marker on the Overlord turn as opposed to just at the beginning of a round when the heroes go first. Again, a little bit kind of an odd way to do things. Intuitively, I do it at the beginning of the turn. Might be incorrect, but just to let you know that that's not the correct time to be doing it, but I'm doing it now. It's now what I call turn 7. It's time to pick a stance for Shevatus. He is going to remain aggressive, moving 2 crystals over. That's going to have 4 crystals here. There's a reason for that. All right. Next up is Herathras. All right, for Herathras, he's in bad shape. He has 4 wounds. He is going to go to the cautious state, which is going to move 5 crystals over to his ready area, leaving him only 1 in the exhausted state. So that's what he's going to do. So he can only defend and re-roll dice this time. And now we're going to see what Conan's going to do. Remember, Conan in the last episode just went nuts and spent everything he could. Alright, so here we have Conan. All he has left is a shield. He's 4 wounds. Everything's in his exhausted state. I don't think he's going to stay aggressive. He is going to go to the cautious state, moving 5 crystals over. And once again, there's going to be a reason for that. We only have 2 turns left. He still has the shaman's head and his shield, and he's in the room with the giant snake. So we're going to go to the board. Basically, the only hero that's going to activate or do actions this time is going to be Shevatus. Let's go to the board and see what he's going to do. All right, Shevatus, you can see the dice tower out here, is going to attack the snake with his bow. He's going to spend all 4 crystals that he has into his ranged attack. That's the maximum. It's going to give him 4 orange dice to roll, 1 red die for the crossbow. So he's trying to kill the snake that has 3 armor, going to negate 3 hits. The Overlord player has 2 crystals that can be used for defense. Let's see what Shevatus can get. And Shevatus is going to do 2, 4, 5 hits to the snake. 3 of them are negated. And the Overlord player is going to roll 2 orange dice. Going to spend his 2 crystals to roll 2 defense dice for the snake. Snake needs to get 2 defense or it will be killed. Oh man, the snake gets no defense. And so Shevatus, with a careful aim to the eye of the snake, kills the snake. Right on. That is exactly what needed to happen. And so now the snake is dead. Wow. After Conan did the majority of the damage to it in the last episode. Wow, that was a good, lucky roll. Of course, some luck involved in the game. And that's all Shevatus can do. He's out of crystals. And both Conan and our wizard, which is just off screen up here, are both taking a cautious stance this time. So they're not going to be doing anything. So that's it. Over now. We go to the Overlord player for him to take his turn. Right, the Overlord player, unimpressed. Giant snake killed. Wow. All right. That's the end of the giant snake. Also, Zogar Zag is killed. Conan has his head. And, wow. All right. I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting conclusion when we get to episode 8. But right now, the Overlord can take 5 crystals and move them over. What does the Overlord want to do? The Overlord is going to spend 3 of them right now for doing the reinforce. And there's a reason for that. All right. Overlord's going to use the reinforce. Now he can bring in 4 worth of models. So he could bring in 4 hyenas if he wants. He could bring in 4 or 1 green, 2 blue, or he can bring in the purple ones again for 4 that have the blocking ability. And I think, what's he going to do? I think he's going to bring in 1 of the Pict warriors costing 2 and 2 of the blue hunters. So let's go to the board and figure out where he's going to put them. First place that he's going to put the purple warrior is right here, because that's an escape point for Conan and his buddies. So we're going to try to have him here blocking. And then we're also going to put 1 of the blue Pict hunters here. The other blue Pict hunter will go in a different location. And the last blue Pict hunter from the reinforcements is going to go up here, just to the north of our wizard, trying to block off any escape routes, because for the heroes to win the game, they need to get the head and the princess off the board. It's going to be a little more difficult to do it if they cannot get off the board. So there you have it. All right, the Overlord still has an activation left, so let's go back to the board and see if he wants to do anything. All right, so the Overlord player has 2 crystals left. What we're going to do, I left a note incorrectly in the last episode, I believe, or 2 episodes ago. You can get rid of the dead characters out of the river, but you have to spend 2 crystals from your exhausted zone. So the Overlord's going to do that twice. He's going to spend 2 crystals to get rid of Zogar's egg, because he can't come back, and these are permanently removed from the scenario, so those crystals go away. He's also going to remove the giant snake for another 2, because the giant snake is dead and gone and can't be resurrected in this scenario. So that gets rid of them. That only leaves 2, 4, 6, 7 crystals in reserve, but the Overlord, not too worried. Now he still gets to do a second activation if he wants to, and he might activate for 1. I think he's going to spend 1, and he's going to activate the hyenas. Now there's only 1 hyena on the board, but he's going to activate it anyway. Go to the board and we'll have that happen. All right, the only hyena on the board is here. It has a movement of 5, so I think what we're going to do with this guy here is we're going to move him 1 and 2. He's going to kind of block off this exit from the hut. And that is where we're going to conclude, basically, turn 7. So this, basically what has to happen in the next episode, Conan, Shevatus, and the wizard need to get the princess and the head off the board. They either have to go through this exit, the exit to the north, or the exit right here. It's going to be a tall order. Can they do it? I'm not sure logistically if they can do it, but we're going to find out in the next episode. So thanks so much for watching Conan and the snake out of here. Love it. Nice shot from Shevatus with his crossbow. So once again, this is Conan playing the first scenario in the clutches of the Picts, and we've got 1 turn left to get that princess and the shaman's head off the board. Can we do it? I don't know. Join me next time to find out. So thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Very much appreciated. Join me next time for the conclusion to Conan in the clutches of the Picts.